We're on? We're rolling?
Yeah.
Rado.
Hey.
Dude, thanks for being on the pod.
I'm happy to be here. I was saying earlier, you're our Mark Maron. So
I'll take it. I'll definitely take
it's
it.
a cosign.
It's a cosign. Man, we just had dinner. We talked about a lot of things that could have and should have been on the pod. So what were the highlights of dinner?
Recording to grids.
According to grids. What's your take on that again?
Not a fan.
Okay.
What else?
I've always sorry. I've always said this, like, I think one of the better compliments you can get from Rado is if you're recording something and he's like, that sounds fucked up. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's probably a good thing, right? Yeah, it's fucked up, let's leave it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you listen to so many, everyone always references records they love, and those records sound really fucked up. Like I was working on a song yesterday, and someone was like, I want to sound like modern English, like I'll stop the world and melt with you. And then you listen to that song, and it's like, that sounds like really messed up.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like the drums were bounced down like 6 times. It's like a great recording, but it's like you probably don't actually mean you actually want it to sound like that. You are trying to capture the essence of that.
Exactly.
But I like to go full.
Keep it
on.
nice and fucked up.
Extra. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Like, so what have you been up to?
I've just been working on people's records and
Yeah.
stuff. I've been working on an album for the Killers.
Yeah.
It's been like 8 months of work. It's taken up like a large
almost a whole
chunk
year,
of my life. And I've just been in this bubble, this Killers bubble, for like so long. But it's awesome. And
I feel like that's like a huge jump.
Yeah, it's
That's like the big jump.
It's a big jump.
Yeah.
It's a big jump.
From like me and like Alex Cameron and
yeah, it's a steady incline. But Alex, doing that Alex record, Alex got in touch with Brandon, and then eventually the worlds crossed. That's how it works. It's kind of how it works. You know, you just sort of like meet people and meet people and meet people.
Yeah.
Until you reach the apex.
Who is the apex? Who do we want to meet still?
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, can we meet Bruce?
He's apparently really nice.
I bet.
I've heard he's really nice.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good one. I don't know.
Yeah, but if like Rado, we need you to come in. We want you to produce one track with Bruce.
Oh yeah, I would.
You'd be like, give me the whole.
Well, he's he's starting up an East Street Band record. I think
that's cool.
So maybe.
Let's put those good vibes. Let's put those vibes out there.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're available.
We're both available. Me and Ruben.
I'm also available. Actually, I will say this now, which will disqualify me. I was not a big Bruce Springsteen fan until I met Rado.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll give you that credit.
Major points for me.
Yeah. I remember I said that while we were recording, and you're like, oh, we need to change that. Like, okay, right now. And then we were driving, and you just put some stuff on.
Oh, really?
And now I have a group of songs that like I really fuck with.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I was trying to think about that time period.
2013, October
2013. Because it was really strange. Because we were recording in my parents' house.
Yeah.
In Westlake Village, which is I didn't record. It's the only other band besides Foxygen that I'd recorded in that space. Like nobody else recorded there.
Yeah.
That was so strange because you were staying in the other room.
Yeah.
In my parents' house. My parents were out of town. Or maybe they even weren't. Maybe they were also home. I don't even know.
No, because I remember your mom left the note like, please don't sleep on the couch. We've had a lot of, don't destroy the couch. So then we moved to the pool room.
Yeah. That was a really interesting time.
Yeah, because you had just moved back from New York?
I just moved back from New York. I put all my stuff back in it was like a middle ground, like space between the house that I eventually moved into and like moving from New York. And so I just had all of this gear that I'd accumulated for the last like 6 years just like piled in my childhood bedroom.
Wow.
And then I really wanted to record your band.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, screw it. Like, we'll do it in my bedroom. Like, I had no money to get another space or like, and no connections. It's just like.
Yeah, because people have said this to me, and I will say it now. I guess I was the guinea pig. I don't see it as a guinea pig because I like the way that record sounds.
Yeah.
I thought we got some crazy sounds out of it.
It's awesome. It is crazy sounding. But
yeah,
it is
it's
good.
nuts. Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
don't know another
good.
record that sounds like that.
No.
Yeah. The Ring Stinger. Do you still have that pedal?
I do. It doesn't work as well anymore. But there's some. Yeah, we use that thing a lot.
Ring Stinger. The Digitech Whammy, which me and Kevin both bought them after that.
The 12-string effect, the immediate 12-string effect.
And then I just bought a Dan Electro 12 string. So
Yeah.
Whatever, $300, who cares?
Yeah.
Some guy I bought a Dan Electro 12 string in Los Angeles, and the guy was like, "I'm getting married. That's why I'm selling it." I was like, "All right, I'll take it. I'll take it."
It's better than divorce.
I toured once with that thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, if I break a string, I'm fucked. Because every store, like in Albuquerque, like, we don't carry 12-string electric. We don't carry 12-string electric.
Yeah.
So I stopped bringing it on the road.
Yeah. I toured I did a Europe tour with Foxygen where I played 12-string. It was like a nightmare. It just wouldn't stay in tune. It was tuning 12 strings in between a song.
And you're like, hold on.
Yeah. I'm on the second G string.
Yeah, it's like, it's not effective.
It's not effective.
It doesn't really do that much.
No, it's a nice sound.
Yeah.
It is a nice sound, and I love them. But yeah, not a touring instrument. It's like touring with like a Mellotron or like an old vintage synth
or a
that's
massive
gonna, like, fall
Rhodes.
out of it's just like touring with I toured with a Wurlitzer, break keys all the time. Or things would go like halfway out of tune, which is worse because then a G chord's out of tune, and I would just have to break the key because there's no way to get it back. So I'd just be like, okay, no more B, because B is out of tune, and that's worse than just not having it.
Oh my god!
And I had
was that the Hang tour?
That was Star Power. Star Power that was a nightmare. I had a Wurlitzer that would constantly break, and then I had ARP quartet like string synth that I had to ditch because it just like it rearranged all the notes. Like it just like C would go to A, and A would go to B flat. It would just like some like nonsensical
thing
happened, and that was really bad. And then I had like I had a mini Moog at one point, and I just had to stop. Like that would fall out of tune. It was just like all. I went to, like I get why people use Nords and MIDI keyboards live. Like it just what if it doesn't work and your whole. I've had so many like nightmare experiences of like old gear breaking on stage. Yeah. That I think it's possibly killed my interest in playing live.
I think that interest was killed long ago.
Yeah. I remember playing a show early on with Foxygen, and we were playing in an Urban Outfitters at CMJ.
Oh.
Brutal image. Us in an Urban Outfitters early on.
All stone.
Yeah, four of us. Yeah, on a little it was like a wooden platform stage.
Okay.
Like a nice hipster wooden stage.
Nice. Yeah.
Some Christmas light, like some twinkle lights.
Yeah.
It looked like an Urban Outfitters ad. And so we were sitting there, and I had an amp. Just like it was like in an Urban Outfitters, so there's no PA. Like the PA was like a vocal mic and like another vocal mic, and so it was like drums, bass, whatever. Everyone out of amps. Yeah. And then my amp broke, and I was playing keyboards and guitar
through that amp.
And so it only left drums and bass and vocals. I was the only polyphonic. I was the only person playing chords. Yeah. So I think we just didn't finish.
Just stopped.
Just like we can't do it. Like nothing makes chords.
Was that I guess like that first major tour you guys did?
It was like before that.
Oh, even before that.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of amp were you using?
It was a Vox Gemini.
Damn.
Like why?
Why?
I think I had to replace another amp that broke. I've had like a very very complicated relationship with gear.
Me
and
too.
Old gear specifically.
Because you want to use it.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. It looks cool.
It sounds amazing.
But then
they break.
Functionality. Yeah.
I still I don't. I just like live with it. Yeah. And I figured out like all the quirks with my synths. Like I have like a ARP something, and like this D key. Great. This D key makes a sound that sounds like a cricket. Yeah. So just don't play D.
And then you just live with it, and then you can just like record and work yourself around it. But playing it live, man, it's like something that like I fucking hated. and now I'm back to loving it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like depends how good the previous tour was.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your last tour.
That's
I guess.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it's really fun, you're like, oh man, I can't wait to go back and do that again, and then you go and play some fucking.
It can be really fun. I did some tours with Jackie, like a couple. I guess that was like a year ago, like last year. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Yeah. Not as high stress. Like I just had like.
You were just playing drums.
I was playing drums on one tour, and I played guitar on another tour, and I just had like, but by that point, I was like not touring. I actually did tour with some like really weird drums. Yeah. Like, and they would.
Not the kit that's in your studio?
It is like, it's like a modified kit that's in my studio. But I've gotten, since we've recorded, just like. Yeah. I mean, I'm just drowning in drums.
Yeah, because drums are fun, man.
Yeah, I can't stop. Like, anything that has like a specific flavor, I like can't get rid of it. So I just hoard instruments.
You never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah. And I use it a lot. But I had like a really temperamental, like weird kit because I was like, oh, I want to sound like the record. Like it's gotta sound like the record. Like why do I care? Like no one gives a shit.
Do people give a shit though?
Maybe they do.
They might.
Not once on that tour was someone like, I really appreciate you.
That tone actually sounds just like
maybe like a few kids or something.
But that's what we're doing it for. Those few kids who look up to like, I want to be Jonathan. Right?
Yeah, and you change their lives.
I was like, doing research for like all these interviews I've done today. I was looking through. I did Stuart from the Love Language, and one of his comments in one of his, which I forgot to bring up. Someone's like, one of the comments on his YouTube video said, "I want your life." I was like, no, you fucking don't. You don't even know. You just see the YouTube video and it looks fun. Yeah. And like.
Oh, man, I want your life.
I want your fucking life. I was like, you want it? Switch. I'm sure your job has air conditioning, You want to be in this van?
Yeah.
Not that great.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Are you going to go on tour anytime soon?
We're not planning on it.
Yeah.
I've been saying that I'm retired from touring for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so far, I think I'm retired. I mean, I'll probably play a show again.
Yeah.
But I like doing these one-off things. I like touring. Like, I really like touring with Jackie because it was her music, and I didn't feel the pressure. Like, I didn't get nervous for the first time going on stage. I was just like, I'd still get a little nervous because I was playing drums, which is not my like main instrument at all. But it was, I really enjoyed doing it.
And like people are coming to see her, and it's all, and it's like you're supporting her,
right? Exactly, and it's just like I really like that.
Yeah,
and it makes me way less stressed out. Like
that feels like playing drums, unless you're like fucking Whitney, where you're the lead singer too. It's like you're just there to back up the band.
Yeah, you're just playing.
You're just playing to have fun.
Yeah,
to play.
Yeah.
It's when you have to put that guitar in your hand and you have to be the guy up there.
Yeah, you gotta sing.
And then you gotta talk in between. You don't have to talk in between the songs, but I like to.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's the one thing I'm good at banter. That's like the one thing I'm good at.
I'm ready for that
If I was
part.
only there for banter, like I'd love a Foxygen show where I just come out for banter.
Just talking.
Yeah, in between the songs.
You need a podcast, Rado.
Yeah, I do need a podcast. All right.
You see what it takes? A backdrop?
It'll be a spin-off of this podcast. Yeah. All you need is the SM7B.
That's really it.
Some yellow.
A yellow thing. We're going Laker colors for Kobe. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Table. Recording gear. Laptop.
Yeah.
Or the Zoom H6, which I just purchased.
Never know. What is that? That's like a field
It's like
recorder
like field recorder thing.
Cool.
Yeah. Just so when I'm on the road.
That's sick.
I don't have Eric around me.
Yeah. I've heard that Daniel Lanois has like a couple Zoom recorders.
Oh.
Zoom, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's the company I think is called Zoom.
Yeah, I think he has a couple of those and he'll like put them in front of all the people and then they'll just be recording and he'll go, do that.
Yeah, sync them.
And then sync it. And that's how he prefers to record.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true.
Remember when the fad was like, using your iPhone?
Yeah.
Do people still do that?
I don't.
They're probably better. The microphones are probably even better now.
I heard Sean Everett told me that he recorded some of the last The Voids album with iPhones because the computer system died or something, and so everyone only had their phone, so everyone would put voice memos on and did that Lanois thing, like where it was just in front of everything. again, I don't know if that's true 100%, but that's the last instance that I've heard of someone using iPhones in like a serious way.
So then let's just go through the whole discography thing here.
Okay.
Well, a production on the we all know what you've done with Foxygen. We're all very proud of you, Rado. But like, you know, you did the Dub Thompson record. Mm-hmm. Was that the very first one, or did you do your solo record?
Well, I did Dub Thompson before you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like, how'd it go?
Well, I must have done. Yeah, I guess I did it before that. So okay, so Dub Thompson, I did. Well, I did it. Yeah, the solo record was all
just like
8-track stuff in my apartment. And then I guess on my way back to LA, we spent a summer in Bloomington, Indiana, me and Jackie. Jackie did an internship at Secretly Canadian, and we rented a house. It was just like an empty house, and I just set up all of my stuff in there. And I had a bedroom that was like the studio, and then the living room was the control room. And yeah, Dub Thompson, just two, genius kids from Agora. And they flew out to Bloomington, Indiana. Oh, yeah. It was, like, really hot. It was the summer, middle of summer, like, no AC. And we just did that in, like, 9 days. That was pretty fun, pretty crazy. Yeah. I was, like, taking Adderall at the time, and I just would stay up all night. And it would just be, it was so sickening. Like, when I think back to that time, it was just like, oh, my God, like... you go from like extreme elation and then you just hate everything. Mm-hmm. And so I'd just be up at like 3 a.m, like just screwing with like the mids on a bass, just being like, oh, it sucks. Like, oh, and then you get like a little wave of that Adderall. Yeah. And then you're just like, oh yeah, it's great. Like, I love it. My head is vibrating. It was a weird time, but that record is amazing.
Sick. So then you did that
Dante
record,
Elephante.
and then we did the Dante record. What was the next one after that?
Star Power.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, did you also do that at your parents' house?
I did like 3 tracks at my parents' house, but we did it mostly in my garage at the new place. That was like the first thing that we did there, and that's why it sounds so crazy, because I had no idea what was happening, because I didn't know what I was listening to. Yeah. And I'm sure I did this on your record as well, but on the Star Power record, I had just bought, like, we got a little bit of money from the label, and I bought some gear. Yeah. I bought, like, an 1178, and I had read that Todd Rundgren, who I was, like, so into Todd Rundgren at the time.
I remember that.
I was like, is everything to me. And so I read that he got the drum sound for International Feel by pressing all the buttons in on the 1178. I was like, cool. And then I did that on everything. And I just left it like that. And I did it once, and then I was just like, awesome, sounds great. Yeah. And now I listen to that record, and it's just like it's so insanely compressed. It's the craziest sounding thing. And then I recorded it all with just like a little Radio Shack mic, just like, that was a real, but I mean, that's like a really fucked up sounding record. Like, that's, I mean... Like,
when you look back on that record, like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it's just like awesome. Yeah, I think it's just the best.
I think it's like perfect what you guys wanted to do at that moment.
It's like the true encapsulation of Foxygen. Like, 21st is like Swift's like pop view of it that is really also brilliant. Yeah. Like the whole, just like the recording with him and him playing drums and everything is just like such a one extra element to Foxygen. Yeah. And then when we did Star Power, it was like that same thing, but just like totally, like nobody that knew what they were doing.
Yeah. That's wild, man. Working with Swift on that first record, like, I know you guys have talked about, like, you gave him like your first EP, and we've heard that story.
We've heard it.
But like, working in his studio for the first time, like, and you had a minor interest in recording. Yeah. Did that like really trigger, like, oh, I might just want to do this?
Yeah, it was exactly what did that. Yeah. I was just like, well, I was such a fan of him. Yeah. And I loved his records. Like, I knew all of his records so in and out. And so it was like, it was such an easy environment to work in, because you could just be like, oh, can you just do what you did on this song of yours, And you'd be like, oh yeah, like it was just so easy, and just seeing how loose he was, like he didn't ever spend any time like getting drum sounds for say like never more than 5 minutes, or like we were never like sitting around, and it was just so chill. Nobody was stressed about like we had 9 days to make an album. Like that is incredibly stressful, but I think because we'd never made an album before and we were so focused on what we needed to do that it just like didn't feel stressful. It was awesome. And
he was in...
just looking at him, I was just like, oh, I could do that. I could like live at my house and just record albums and have people come to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to leave.
And he was South Oregon. What city of Oregon was that?
Cottage Grove.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's like below Eugene.
Okay.
It's a real... I mean, it's just a classic Oregon town.
Yeah,
it looks
totally.
like
a lot of trees,
the Goonies. I think they filmed the Goonies there.
Oh, okay.
It's like bridges, like a bridge, some train tracks, like one main street.
Yeah.
Like one restaurant.
I think there's like a confusion I think people get about like gear.
Yeah.
And how you use gear. Do you think a lot of Richard's magic was just how he used the things he had?
I think he had such an understanding of his own thing.
Yeah.
There was nothing fancy, but like he knew, like he just would put a, Cole's mic above the drum set, and like that's his drum sound.
Yeah.
Maybe a kick mic, but like when I do that, it doesn't sound like that. It's not like I've tried that. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do a Swift thing, and it's just like that's not it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he did it.
It was him.
It was just like the magic of how he was using the pretty basic setup he had.
What was the setup?
It was like, I don't even remember. I mean, it was a Cole's mic going into, I don't know, something like a Tascam pre. He had a distressor. I don't know if he was using it.
But it was
I have
there.
no idea. There was
You
a
remember it being
distressor, and
there?
then into Pro Tools. Like we didn't even use tape.
Yeah.
He mixed it, and then he just
It
bounced
sounds
it
like
to cassette.
tape. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Because we came in, and I
Legend.
brought a 2-inch tape. I was like, we're going to record this on 2-inch. He had a 2-inch machine. And I was like, let's do it on the 16 track. And he was like, honestly, dude, it's going to take so much time.
Yeah.
Which I think was his way of just being like, I don't want to spend time like hooking up the cables to this machine and like, and he was like, it's going to sound the same. And we were just like, okay.
Fucking sounded like tape to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, to everyone.
Yeah,
it's like
everyone.
it's like unbelievable how much that record sounds like the 60s.
I think Gardens did it on tape.
Yeah, they did tape.
I think they did.
They're one of the few. Gardens and Damien Jurado were like the big
ones that he did on
Swift tape records.
Ooh.
That's rare though.
That's
like a rare. People. He wasn't using tape as much as people think he was.
That's crazy.
But he mixed to tape a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. Yeah. I think he leaves this legacy of like these beautiful sounding records.
Yeah. Total troubadour. Just like.
That
it's
last
so
thing they
rare.
put out of his too,
oh,
like
God,
all those tracks sound so fucking good.
They're so good. He worked on that.
Was he just sitting on that?
Yeah, he was working on that for as long as I knew him. Like when I went up there, he played me. Even before I met him, I'd heard Broken Finger Blues and like a lot of those songs. Like he had in different states for like 8. I guess that was like I don't know 6 or 7 years maybe. Like. And he would send, like, every year, he'd be like, check it out. And he'd send me, like, some new version of one of those songs. But they'd all, like, there was some stuff on there that I hadn't heard before. Yeah. But, like, I'd heard it all in some incarnation. I went up and, like, I played on some of it at some I don't know if I'm on the final mix. Like, I have no idea. But it's, like, I don't know. That's a brilliant
kind
album.
of like a life's work. Kind of.
Yeah, it's his best album. It's so good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I heard it when I was on tour in Sioux Falls.
Oh,
yeah, Total Drag. South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Yeah, we put Total Drag, and the guy was playing it. He was like, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm obsessed with it, and blah blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, Richard's a legend, man. Like, look at all the other records you probably have in here. Like, you'll see his name on them.
Yeah, he's a real genius. I think at some point there already is, but like it'll be like Harry Nilsson or something, like someone that maybe wasn't appreciated as much in their time by like the mass people, but like someone will place like Lady Luck in the right thing, and it will just blow. It'll just blow up. Yeah. Just blow up.
That's crazy.
Nick Drake or something.
My current bass player, well, he texts me like, because I've talked about Richard Swift like on tour and stuff while we're listening to certain records, but he texts me like a few months after the tour and he's like, yo, dude, have you heard of Richard Swift? I was like, motherfucker, I was just telling you about him. Oh, it's really good. I'm like, yeah, it's really good. Maybe when I fucking told you months ago.
Yeah, isn't that the worst?
I know.
Yeah.
So I have to, we have to clear the air, Rado. I talked about this with the Sam podcast. Did you see me at Bristol Farms that day?
What are you talking about? When was it? Recently?
Recently.
I go to Bristol Farms every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I love Bristol Farms.
So
That's
I
like
walked into Bristol Farms
pleasure.
and I saw you, and my girlfriend's like, oh, don't you know him? Go say hi. I was like, no.
Really?
I was like, you're in line, you're about to pay. I was like, what am I going to do? Tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, buddy? What kind of quality of an interaction would that have been?
I feel like it would have been high quality. No, I don't know. Yeah, I would have been like, whoa, what's up, dude? What are you doing out here? And you'd be like, oh, I'm living in Westlake. I'd be like, oh, sick, dude. Did you ever go to see Casa?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. He's doing his thing.
No.
Like, okay, that's hilarious.
That's like just my daily trip to Bristol Farms.
That's hilarious.
I've been cooking a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the nearest market. And it's surprisingly affordable.
Nice. I ended up buying a previous camera, and it had a 30-minute time limit. And so I was like, oh, I found out a way to surpass that by having an external monitor that you put on there. Oh. And then it turned out that I was just like, fuck this. This isn't working. I'm just going to buy a new camera. So I went back and gave the guy lived in Calabasas. I gave him back his monitor. I was like, sorry, can I have my $200 back? Like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And
did he give it back to you?
He did. And that's why I was
nice.
by Bristol Farms. Yeah.
It's a good zone out there.
But I saw you and I was like,
I just blew up my spot. My Calabasas Bristol Farms.
Who's gonna go there?
You know what? I saw some pictures of Kanye in that parking lot recently that Frank Ocean took, and I was like, "What?
What?"
So Frank Ocean took a picture of Kanye in front of the Calabasas McDonald's, and I was like, "I know that parking lot so well." Oh my god! Yeah, that's like a hot spot. It's crazy. Like that's what. And in Sicko Mode, like Drake's like Valley Circle. Like he talks about Valley Circle and stuff. Like that's like. That's
why you can't leave that area, man.
And that's
you're part of the iconic.
I know.
Iconic crew.
I pretty much live in Hidden Hills, except I just live in Woodland Hills, which is not at all a fancy neighborhood. But it's 1 minute to the left.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, but she told me that and I was just like, I don't know. I told Sam that story. He's like, that's like a fucking Larry David moment. Like, I was like, it kind of was like, it was like. If I know Rado as well as I do, he's like me, and I wouldn't want to be talked to in that moment.
All right, well, I won't ever come up to you if I see you out in the world.
If you see me in line at the grocery store, do not approach me.
If I see you anywhere, I'm just going to go turn the other way. Maybe I did see you at the Bristol Farms.
And I was like, that's fine. No. There's like a mutual respect. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm here on my Sunday. I will see you at some point, and we'll have a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Not like a rushed, hi, okay, I'll see you later, okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see you, so.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better.
But if I did, I would have said hi.
Yeah.
I would have acknowledged you.
Okay, I guess.
I can't say the same.
I look like the asshole now.
I can't say the same for other people.
Yeah.
But for you, I would have given you a hi.
People at the Vons by my house in Santa Barbara, like, they call me Dante. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Just like...
My name's not Dante.
I'm like, Dante, I saw you on the TV, because there was this terrible local show that we went on in like 2011 that still plays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like
access.
And I actually struck that on YouTube, got it taken down.
Whoa.
YouTube's like really, if you like strike anything on YouTube, they'll take it down for you now.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have to prove shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just prove that you own the copyright and they take it down.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get everything taken down.
You could,
all
dude.
Covers. I'm gonna be like Prince. Anything that has Foxygen.
Yeah. Do you have a vault?
I don't have a vault, but I should.
Yeah, I feel like
I have a stack of people's albums in the corner.
But like a vault for like your unreleased stuff, because and like maybe things you didn't finish.
Not a physical vault.
No. Which I didn't think Prince had a physical fucking vault.
No, it's a physical vault.
Yeah, and then we found out it's a real vault. I just thought it was like, oh, it's probably like a massive hard drive. Or something.
I went to Paisley Park. On a tour. It was great. Yeah. It was crazy. We had breakfast. They served us breakfast. You go through this crazy tour of Paisley Park, and they've converted it into a museum. Yeah. But, like, you go in, you see his studio and stuff, and it's crazy. It's, like, it's, like, just, like, out in Minnesota. It looks like a pharmaceutical building. Whoa. It's, like, really not cool looking from the outside. It's just, like, and then you go in, and it's just, like, well, it's also not even that cool looking on the inside. It's, like, looks like a medical headquarters or something, like an office building. Whoa. And then you go in, and now they sort of have it as a museum, but you go into his little studios and stuff, and at the end they take you into like Prince's like venue that he had at Paisley Park where people would play, and you sit down, and his chefs, they made us s'mores French toast, and it was good. That was his favorite breakfast. Wow. Vegan s'mores French toast.
That's insane. Yeah. What was the studio, like a massive board with unlimited channels? You're like, why do you even need that?
Well, that was the part that kind of made me upset, is you couldn't go in the control room. Oh. Like you go into the live room and you could like look through the window. But it kind of like it seemed like a cool like MCI or something. It was a little bit vintage, but yeah, it had that museum thing where it's like, I want to go in there.
Can I touch
and
that?
See? Yeah. I want to see that stuff.
Oh my god, have you been to the Motown Museum?
I haven't been to the Motown Museum.
We went when we were in Detroit. It's pretty fun. It's cool. It's like, you get to go into the live room. Yeah. And like you see the piano. It's like, well, Paul McCartney restored this piano. It's like, oh, tight. Yeah. And then it's like you can see like, where they all stomp their feet. It's like literally caved. Oh, it's caved. And the fucking reverb chamber or whatever is literally the basement.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and you just stand up on top. She's like, go ahead and clap. And you clap, and you're like, oh, that's it.
That's the Motown
That's sound. Fucking it. It's literally the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I went to Graceland. Oh. Graceland was cool.
Graceland's cool?
Yeah, Graceland's amazing.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You guys played the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Legend.
Presented Dave Mount inducted him on stage into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as... he inducted us into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You returned the favor?
And then I think that was it. He inducted us into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We had him come, we finished our set, and then we went off stage, and he came up, and I remember he went, my name is Dave Mount, and I work here, and I work here. And I want to induct Foxygen into the rock. That was like our encore.
Nice.
And we got inducted.
Did you guys get the chance to look at the whole museum?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were in Cleveland, it's like if you give like them a record or something, you go in for free.
Oh, really?
I was like, fuck yeah, here's a record that I don't need.
I don't need this.
I don't need this. I'm not selling any of these tonight. It's Cleveland.
That's awesome. No, yeah, that place is crazy. It's awesome.
They got like a pair of John Lennon's glasses.
Yeah.
They got like the Otis Redding like fucking plane. That was the darkest one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a piece of the plane.
Otis Redding's plane, yeah.
Great. Is there anything else we could have gotten of his that didn't remind us of his
Dan Auerbach's pants.
Yeah, there's like a section for like the new
yeah, the
like
new
Lady Gaga's fucking tampon. I don't know.
So, do I have a vault? Yeah, I've got like a massive vault.
Yeah. Hard drive.
I've just got like, I keep saying like, this year I'll put out all 5 albums. I've got like 5 albums. Yeah. I don't know why. I never completely finish them. It's like it's a classic. I feel like an idiot, but I can't. I just like get it to 95%, and I'm just like, I'll finish it.
Yeah.
And then I get a new idea.
You said you worked with some stuff. You did like some solo stuff with Swift.
Yeah,
I have a in there.
Yeah, I have like a full. It's like 10 songs I did with Swift, but it's like unfinished. Like I don't like the way that I'm singing on it. I was just going through a weird phase, and I was singing in like a weird. I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable with it. Yeah. It's better in retrospect, but at the time I was just like, oh yeah. But then I was like, oh, I'll fix it. I'll redo it.
Yeah.
And then I just never do.
Sometimes when you get too far away from the tracks, you're like, I don't even connect with these anymore.
Yeah. I don't even know what it is. Like I don't know how I'd go in and sing them again. So there's that stuff, and I'm thinking about trying to find a way to put that stuff out and just being like, it's 90%, like it's not completely done. Like there's lines that I just didn't record.
Yeah.
There's like a song where it's just like, here's singing, singing. Like I just like didn't have a lyric, and I was like, I'll get it.
I'll do it later.
I'll finish that lyric.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, just a bunch of other stuff. I made another album like this year that I worked on for like 3 months, and then it's awesome. I really like it. I just need to finish it. I just need to finish it.
How far?
Like I have to sing a song. Like I have to do vocals on a song.
Yeah. I feel like the vocals are the part that's stopping you, man.
It always is.
Yeah.
It's who likes that?
People who sing.
Especially like I think I need a producer for my vocals.
Yeah.
I think I need someone to just come in and just be like, it's fine. Or like, go do it. Because if I'm by myself, I procrastinate and I just go in and then I'm like, oh, I've got another idea. Like, I'll just start another song from scratch. You know.
Well, because playing the drums, the bass, the guitar, that's easy. That's fun.
Yeah, that's the fun.
That's the fun part.
That's
and then
the
you gotta
fun
actually
stuff.
like.
And then you have to do the part that anyone cares about.
Yes. And you're like, fuck, I didn't sing that one that great.
Oh, right. Yeah, like the vocals, of course.
Yeah. Like I did
thing
all the
that people are gonna
vocals
focus on.
for the next Dante record, like while we were tracking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking hate all of them. And then I went on tour and came back and just did them most of them again. Because this is like I was on the road every day for like a month. Like
You sing them, you get into them.
you get into them.
You figure out what is working and what's not working, how to change it.
Versus like me waking up that morning, be like, oh, I better warm up. Let me put a fucking.
I better write some lyrics.
write some fucking lyrics. I better do something. I'm fucking. Yeah. I think that happens a lot to me. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't need to sing all the time. I'll just sing the day of and I'll be ready. And then it sounds like shit and I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a
it doesn't sound like shit. Okay.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
That's the other thing is that it doesn't sound as bad as it like everyone hates the sound of their own voice.
Yeah.
It never sounds as bad to other people.
I know.
I don't even hate the sound of my own voice. I just hate the act of doing it. Of trying to get a vocal take, and what do I focus on?
I didn't start singing until I was 15, and then the thing that stopped me is because I didn't like that my face went like that. Like I felt like embarrassed. I was like too emotional. Like I was showing too much emotion, so I never sang.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't like doing that. I thought that was like a sign of weakness.
That's interesting. I don't like the way that my face looks when I sing.
Well, if anyone, John Mayer should not like the way his face looks when he sings.
Burn.
Hot take.
Well, John's actually a friend of mine.
Oh, shit.
So I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That's always like the rule. Like, you know, if there's no chance you can open for them, bash them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Who cares?
There's no chance you're going to open for John Mayer?
There's no chance.
Yeah.
Somebody else came on here and they like bashed like Tame Impala. I was like, are you going to open for them? And he's like, probably not. I was like, fucking say whatever you want. I don't care. Like, you don't like it? Say whatever you want.
Yeah. You're the Marin. You're not afraid to speak your mind.
I know. I'd rather be the Marin than the Rogan. Even though I like Joe.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Joe. Why you got this Joe?
I like Joe.
I only listened to one Joe Rogan interview. I thought it was fine.
Which one was it?
It's the Bob Lazar.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
Did
good.
you watch that documentary?
I watched the documentary.
I thought it was okay.
I thought it's okay. I didn't like
the editing.
the guy, the bro guy.
Why do we need the other guy with Bob? Yeah,
I know he's like a big figure in the scene, but I just with the haircut and he had just such a vibe. And Bob Lazar is so cool, such a cool figure, and then you just make like a bro documentary, like bro, aliens exist.
I know,
dude. Check it out, dude. This guy Bob, dude, he's
spooky
crazy,
music.
dude. Like, he actually worked at Area 51, dude. Like, it's crazy. Like, he was there.
I love it. I love Bob's like, do not storm Area 51. There's nothing there. You will get shot. Like, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't know. Like, I was listening to that Black Keys one. I was like, oh, that's some good points, like that they made about the industry and stuff. I was like, why isn't there just a podcast that talks about that shit?
Is there a Joe Rogan Black Keys one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where they kind of talk about, like, you know, how streaming's working, or like how to get album sales up now. They pair it with your ticket sales, and that counts as a record. I was like, oh, cool. They're talking about that shit.
That's interesting.
That's cool. Like, that's actually something I'd like to listen.
I should listen to that. I haven't heard that one.
Not bad. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Well, it's Patrick talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to say. It's just like they pan to like Dan, like just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just a grin. Like, yeah.
I don't really know their personalities.
Me neither. That's why it was interesting to see that.
Patrick's talky and Dan's quiet. I did. Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
It's a classic pairing.
That's why they work so
There always has to be a Jay and there always has to be a Silent Bob.
What movie did you watch the Oscars?
Oh, what movie did I watch?
Did you watch the Oscars, and which movies did you like this year? 2 questions.
Okay, at the Oscars, I saw... What was nominated?
1917.
Didn't see it.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Didn't see it.
Jojo Rabbit.
Saw it.
Parasite.
Didn't see it yet. I know I'm gonna love it.
I just watched it. I watched it the night of the Oscars.
Yeah, everyone loves it. I know I'm gonna love it. I don't know anything about it.
I won't say anything.
I've been so angry. I've had so many heated conversations with people where I'm like, do not tell me anything about it. Like, I just don't have time to watch it. And every time I do have time to watch it, I ask Jackie if she wants to watch it. She's like, not really.
I know.
And I'm just like, I need to watch it in the morning.
I watched it at night. I had a nice little...
I have like... Jackie goes to work in the mornings, and I'm home alone with the dog. That's when I need to watch Parasite.
Yeah, just close the blinds, make it dark. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good LA movie.
Didn't win shit, but
no,
it was good.
I think, my favorite movie of the decade was Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen it.
All right.
It was really good?
It's my favorite movie of the decade. I think it was so perfect.
I love Sandler.
Sandler it's his best role.
The Sandman.
The Safdie brothers that did it. Have you seen Good Time either? Oh, Good Time is so good too. They did that movie prior. It's with Rob Pattinson.
Yeah.
It's like they're amazing, and that movie's just. I think about it every day.
Yeah.
I've seen it like 4 times in the theaters.
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Is it still playing places?
Yeah.
It's probably still playing places.
Yeah, it's definitely still playing. It
wasn't eligible for the Oscars this year?
No, I think it was eligible and it just got totally snubbed.
Oh shit!
I don't know why. I don't understand. Like it actually.
I figure it just wasn't eligible because it came out too late.
Like I don't care about this stuff, but for some reason, like it really struck me that Uncut Gems was not recognized at the Oscars. Like I was just like, why? Like it was so good.
Yeah.
On every front.
I typically don't care about that shit either, but if there's something
they don't want to give it to Sandler. They don't want to take like a Sandler thing seriously.
Why isn't there a best comedy fucking section?
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
That's still a movie.
I know.
It's still good.
Yeah, there is no best comedy. You're right. Yeah,
and some of the most memorable movies, like Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
whatever those movies. Like I remember them more than some of the best pictures.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
If you look back at the best pictures, it's like The Artist. Like what?
I liked it when I first saw it.
I liked it too, but I don't remember anything about it except that there was not a lot of talking.
Yeah. Have I watched
Maybe
it?
Zero. No, I don't remember anything about it.
No, I remember the dog.
Zero plot. I don't even remember the dog.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was weird. What other movies came out? I don't know, man. I'm not that great with movies, but my girlfriend and I watch movies a lot because there's nothing to do in Westlake Village, so we go to the movies a lot.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this year and last year we got pretty deep in some flicks.
Yeah, I saw a few of them. But I don't even remember.
Did you see the Queen movie?
No. What was that? Two Popes? What's the Queen? What's the Queen movie?
The Bohemian Rhapsody from the band Queen.
I thought you meant a movie about like a queen.
No,
Bohemian Rhapsody. No, I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody. I've seen it on someone else's screen on a plane.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You like it or you don't like it?
I think it was fine. People loved it, and I saw an article that was like, "Don't confuse Queen's music being so good that movie was good."
Right.
Because halfway through the movie, I was like, "Damn, I love this song." I was like, "Oh wait, I'm not actually enjoying this movie." Like,
yeah,
it's
just
like
a big music video funded by Queen.
Yeah,
I think that was the issue is that they were just too involved with it. I mean, I didn't see it, so I don't have any right to have any issue with it. But I think that they were probably too involved in the process.
I'm part of the camp where I was like, damn, it should have been Sacha Baron Cohen.
Should have been Sacha Baron Cohen.
And they should have just let him do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I know you like movies.
I love movies.
Yeah. You've said before that's what you wanted to do before.
Oh, yeah. I went to school for screenwriting.
Yeah.
Made a couple movies in college. I definitely...
The one where Sam falls in love with his dreams?
Yeah. Sam plays a guy he's in a long distance relationship, or he's in like a long-term relationship with a woman, and his every night in his dreams it's just this continuing relationship that's falling apart.
Yeah. Did you shoot that one?
I didn't. I didn't shoot it. Well, no, we made it. I'm sorry, we shot it, but I didn't physically hold the camera.
Yeah. What kind of camera was that? Do you remember?
It was probably a 5D.
It looked good.
Yeah,
looked
thank
really
you.
good. Looking back.
Yeah, there's some rented stuff, maybe borrowed. Maybe someone owned it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was such a strange time. So weird. Like making a movie. We were also making Take the Kids Off Broadway at the same time.
At the same exact time.
And so we were just like,
on there.
oh yeah, you're right. And yeah, so I was just like
Did a lot of
super
research
distracted with the album. And so I wasn't like, and so was Sam. I mean, it's fine. I'd like to make another movie at some point.
You should. That'd be awesome. I thought that's like a great concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's like
it's interesting. If you just
interesting. It's like written by a 19-year-old.
19-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like not that good. Like
Have
it's
you
not
had any
fully
more?
in touch with emotions like at all yet.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like young.
Have you had any ideas for movies recently?
I've had sort of.
Yeah.
I've got this one idea that's sort of just based off this group of kids. It's sort of like mid-90s actually,
Cool.
which I feel like he sort of beat me to this thing, but there's something untouched about like I was in middle school and I was just sort of like a normal kid, and then I met these kind of punk kids, and I started just being like this total poser and like being like, oh, I love punk.
Yeah.
Like I love punk music. And like, and it ended up like that was a huge thing for me, and that ended up like through kind of being a poser and pretending I liked punk, I actually started liking punk, and then I started liking 60s music, and then I started going, it's like that's the thread. But there was this moment where I was just such a poser, and I was just like pretending I could skateboard, and I couldn't skateboard. I would say I did old school style, which is just like I like crouch and I'd use my hands and stuff. There's something about that time period that has like this very special thing. We would just like light stuff on fire, just like burn a bottle, burn a bunch of plastic for some reason. It's just like kids are weird, like especially boys around like 13 are it's a really crazy time.
Don't know what to do with all this energy.
It's like you look back, you're just like, what the hell was I doing?
Yeah. We used to go into my friend's backyard, and his backyard led into a street, and we would just throw fucking water balloons on top of cars.
Yeah.
It's like not thinking that car could fucking just roll
right.
its
You just
shit
don't
over, like,
understand consequence
You're like, fuck it.
at all.
Here's a semi.
Yeah. I remember my friend Edwin, we were in middle school science class, and he had a firecracker. It was a bottle rocket. Sorry, he had a bottle rocket, and he was like, dude, how much you dare me to set this off right now?
Which is basically, I want to do this, but I need you to.
Yeah. How much you dare me to set this off? And I was like, you're not going to set it off, dude. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, you'd never do that. And then he lit it on a Bunsen burner, and it shot to the front of the class and exploded.
Oh, my God.
And it was, like, immediately, like, oh, shit. Like, and, like, the teacher wasn't in the room. He came back in and he turned off the lights, and the principal came in, and it was, like, immediately, like, serious. And they were like, okay, everyone's going to put their heads down.
Oh, my God.
And we're gonna write down everyone say who did it. And it was just it was just like so intense, and then he got suspended for a couple weeks, and it was like, I don't know, that's just a weird thought that popped into my head. But those moments are just crazy, like when you actually don't think about like what could actually happen to the end of that.
I've been talking about that a lot lately. My girlfriend's studying to be a psychologist or a therapist, I guess, and like there is a word for that. Just these random childhood memories that pop up into your head. You're like, why am I thinking about that right now? Yeah. Most of the reason it just happens. Yeah. Your brain just fucking flashes.
You get reminded, That's like the Madeline and Proust, Swan's Way. He eats the Madeline and he remembers his whole life. That's all I know about that book. I've not read the book, but I do know that concept.
Nice. Yeah, I think it happens to me all the fucking time, and I'll have like a memory. I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. Why did I do that? I'm an asshole.
Guilt. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an asshole.
Especially when you're young.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Your brain, it's weird.
Yeah.
Especially
if
boys.
you haven't found music yet.
Yeah.
And you don't have a place to put that energy out.
Yeah. It's just
take it out on people.
Yeah.
Or yourself.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So aside from like producing and, you know, Foxygen, I feel like another part of your legacy will be your low-key A&R.
Oh.
I feel like you found some of people's favorite bands.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Lemon Twigs.
I didn't know about Tobias before you. I didn't know about Alex Cameron
that's
until
true.
you mentioned him.
That's
Kate
true.
LeBron.
Yeah.
She was probably doing that.
I have
But,
nothing to do with that.
You had nothing to do with that, but you did send me that
I told
record
you
first.
about that.
Yes, you told me that you showed me that record first.
Yeah, without like Alex and the Lemon Twigs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was weird. It was just like I just read all my emails and stuff. Well, Alex, the whole thing with Alex was so strange too because we just like it was a random gig that I had no idea who he was, and then he was just amazing. Yeah, this one show, and it was just like amazing. And then we brought him on tour in America.
That's awesome.
And the Lemon Twigs hit me up on Twitter.
Oh, cool!
Like it was just a tweet. They weren't even called the Lemon Twigs. They were just Brian and Michael.
Do you remember their tweet? That like
they said, I don't remember. It was like something like, "Hey Rado, like." I think it was like, "Hey Rado, like be our Swift" or something like that. Like I was just like, okay.
That catches your eye. Yeah.
All right. And then I just clicked on the link, and it was like obviously amazing, and it was clearly made by like kids, like, and I was a kid too, you know, like, but like a little. I was like 21, and they were like 15, and it was like shit. Like there was like a level of musicianship and like just recording ability that transcended any like other demos or anything that I heard.
17-year-old.
It was just like, what is going on?
That's insane.
Yeah. They're amazing. I mean, they're the most talented, like, people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
They're so good.
They're too good.
They're too good. They must be stopped. But I feel like, just finding out about Alex Cameron and Tobias and then all the shit, like, I feel like that's the low-key, like.
I know. I low-key created.
You should have been the A&R guy.
I know. Well, we had Rado Records for a while. Yeah. And then I realized I didn't want to do that because that's actually not anything that I'm interested in. It's like releasing albums. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. God, like giving a contract to a band, like I just don't. Oh God, yeah.
But you know, with Rado Records, you guys did that Tim Heidecker album.
We did the Tim Heidecker album, and that was really nice. Yeah. And I loved.
I got that one on vinyl.
But that was like chill because Tim was busy. He's an actor,
totally.
You know, and he's like not. I'm not signing him up for like months of touring. It was pretty clear what was going on. Yeah. But like, there were a few other experiences that I had where I was like trying to sign a band. Really? And I was like, why am I doing this? Like this isn't what I don't care about anything other than making the album. Yeah. So yeah, I'll never.
What was your experience trying to sign a band?
It was just for a while that band Cutworms.
Oh yeah. That's another band I was gonna say too.
Yeah, and it was like I just loved his music so much, and I wanted to record his music, and it just happened to be going at the same time that I was doing this Rado Records thing, and I don't know, everything was just confused at the time, and I was like I was like, oh, I've got this thing, and you could just sign with me, and then I'll record your album, and I realized how much of a conflict of interest that is, you know, like.
Kind of feels a
it's
little
like you don't want to sign a contract with the producer of your album. Yeah. And I care
even
so
though you have
much
the best
more.
Intentions.
Yeah. And he was optics. and it was a situation like I don't want to I'm not throwing anyone under the bus or anything, but he was like, you know, I don't really necessarily know that I want to do that. Like sign with you, but I want to record the album, and I was like, okay.
That's cool too. Album. Yeah.
And then that was sort of when I realized, like, oh, I would immediately throw the label thing under the bus in a heartbeat to record a band. Yeah. This is clearly where, like, my passion is, so I should just not do this. Yeah. Because, like, you have to be, in order to have a successful label, you have to be pretty cutthroat, I think. I'd be like, well, I'm not recording. I'm not recording until you sign the contract. Like who?
Yeah,
that's
and that
that's
energy
like a
is
brutal
like-
energy.
yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to. That's not.
That's not what we do.
Yeah, that's not what we do this for.
Yeah, we do this to have a good time.
Yeah.
Make some great moments.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just about the 3 weeks that you spend making an album.
Totally.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. For me.
Yeah, seriously.
And
And what
then you go
happens
deal
after
with
that?
it.
You go.
Yeah.
You go deal with the stress of trying to pitch a record.
Yeah.
It's a stressful time, man. Like I've done that. Like with my last record, I just like cold emailed like people and got some mixed responses on it. It could be tough, man.
Yeah.
To fucking send that shit out there, like.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
to do anymore. Like
No.
people ask me like what should I do? Like I've got this album, it's like really good and it is really good.
Yeah.
And it's like how do I get this out there? And I'll write some emails for them, but it's still just like I don't know. Like if no one is responding
Yeah,
to
what
the
do you
emails,
do?
like what do you do? Like I don't even know.
There's so much
like,
low risk that they want to get involved with. It's like you have to have your fucking platform already built
yeah.
for them to even look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how many streams do you already have? It's like, oh, I have this, and it's like, get it up to this number.
Yeah.
And then we could talk. You need to have an audience because we need to make sure people are actually going to buy this
I know.
shit.
It's such a catch-22.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, because then you're at that point,
it's
you're like, why do I need you then? I already have my audience.
exactly. And I think it's just going to start switching. Like I
Yeah.
think that the label system as we know it is already becoming semi-irrelevant because you can just put your music onto the streaming platforms now. You don't need
Totally.
anybody to get there.
Yeah.
And if you're smart enough at like social media,
Yeah.
you can get a following and get to the exact same place that you could get if a small label put out your album.
The only thing I think you would need is a booking agent.
You need a booking agent.
That's like it.
Yeah, it's like
Almost.
helpful to have like a press person. It's helpful
Yeah.
to have all those things, but if you are truly driven, I don't know. I mean, also that could totally not work for some people, but
Totally.
I think it's just, I don't know. It's just we're gonna see a change, and the idea of like of getting a big audience or something might not be the end goal anymore. It's like getting your fan base of people that love your stuff and will like pay you money to keep making it.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the new
whole
thing.
like, Patreon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I have a Patreon, but I think I'm going to do something weird with the Patreon. But like same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell DJ mixes on the Patreon.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, so I'm not like hoeing myself out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make mixes. And
Yeah.
it's like whatever, you can buy like a custom mix.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
what I think. Because the other ways, it's like, here's a demo or I'm
Right.
doing this. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of.
Yeah, people want
slimy.
that direct communication.
Yeah.
It's all about the direct communication, though. That's the thing. It's like that's what people want. Like, and that's what people want out of like big rock bands and stuff
Totally.
too. It's like there's this thing where it's like, that band in 1975,
Yeah.
right? Like their whole thing. It's just really interesting. Like, it's I just sort of look at that, and it's. They sort of have this world created for their album. I'm not even like the biggest fan. Like they're they're fine. But like there's like a world that's already created. So when they put out a song, people are like, "Oh yes, that song is here." Like I already know about this song somehow. Like there's just like this buildup that they have, and like there's this conversation, and like I don't know. It's something weird and subliminal that's going on with certain. I mean, there are lots of people that are good at that.
But
But
it's
it's just
probably
like-
a big team working.
There's
behind
probably a
that.
big team, too.
But still. Yeah.
But it's just interesting how it's just this direct communication thing. And that's like you didn't have like a
Doesn't involve-
Clapton wasn't like emailing
He wasn't on
his
Cameo.
fans. He wasn't answering Twitter messages and stuff, Anyway, I don't know.
What do you think of Cameo?
I got asked to be on Cameo.
Yeah,
I didn't
boy.
choose to do it. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
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 I think it's a funny idea. I don't want to do it, but
No.
like I like. Yeah, I saw that Vince Gill. Do you see that Vince Gill video?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Cameo's crazy, man.
It's really weird.
Yeah, they take like a big cut too.
Really?
They take like a stupid cut.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I like the idea. I do.
Just another way of like.
It's like, well, yeah, these people are agreeing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for them. And it's like,
have you seen Manny Pacquiao's?
No, it's good.
He charges a stupid amount of money and spends no effort on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What's
like,
up? It's Manny.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Thank you. And it's over.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, you just spent $5,000 on that.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao did it.
But he acknowledged you personally. Yeah. He said your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
$5,000. Fuck.
This band Jungle Green that I work with, like someone in that band got like one of the contestants on The Bachelor to do this cameo that was like it was so funny. They were like, hey, I just wanted to say that your friend Alex wants to celebrate your friendship, and I think it's really cool that you guys are friends, and so he's going to take you to see Jungle Green at the height. It was like an ad for one of their shows or something.
I do like that.
It's good. It's a good idea to use it as an ad.
My friend's band did one with Tommy Lee.
Oh yeah.
Love the new single, dudes. Keep rocking. I saw that on Instagram. I was like, what?
Yeah, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool that you can do that, and you can just make celebrities say what you want them to say for
Did you see
for
Brett
money.
Favre got in trouble?
No.
Because he said like some secretly like anti-Semitic shit.
Really?
Like, because they like phrased it or worded it in a way, and he was like, and they want me to say this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the fuck he said, but everyone was like, yo, you can't say that.
Yeah, you got to be smart. On the other side of that, like if you're doing cameos, you got to make sure you're saying the right thing.
That's
you can't
insane.
It's weird. Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. And the one guy who wouldn't know.
Yeah.
He's kind of like.
He's just like reading the paper.
Just wants to talk about football,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, what can you share with us about? We talked a little bit about We Are the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
That recording process. That one. What was Hang like?
Hang was awesome. It was like really. It's the first record that we'd done in like a proper recording studio.
Yeah.
It's my first time like really being in a studio, and we did it at Vox here in LA, and like that it was just like going there, you're like so spoiled. They just have everything. And so we did it all to tape. It was the first thing that we'd done. I mean, Star Power was all to tape, but it was like lo-fi.
Yeah, totally.
This was like 24 track 2-inch, like everything going through the board, like never turned on the computer.
Yeah.
Mixed it on 2 tape machines. Like did a whole rock band on a 24 track. Took the tapes to Virginia, did an orchestra on a 16 track, and then had both tape machines synced up to run totally in tandem with each other. Yeah. Mixed down to 1/2-inch tape, and then we took the tape to the vinyl place and like pressed the vinyl from the tape. It's like never touched a computer, and then we digitized it. So that was a really crazy.
And then we put it on TikTok.
Yeah. And then so that was a really crazy experience, and like I learned a lot about actually engineering. Yeah. At that point. Mm-hmm. Because I think before I just never really even thought about anything. Like I just was just like, how do I get this terrible mic to even get into the tape machine? Like what combination of cables and like weird PAs do I have to go to get this thing to work? And in that situation, I was just like, oh, this is how you do it. Like, oh, this is what a preamp does. Like I really didn't have any idea. Yeah. So that was like a huge learning experience, and we had Michael and Brian, from the Twigs, just on that ride. Like they're the rhythm section on that record. And,
that's awesome.
So they're just so quick. Like they're really like could be on the same page as us with like the arrangements were really crazy. Yeah. And it was all like strict because we were like there was someone writing arrangements, like orchestral arrangements for the songs as they were being recorded. So we couldn't really adjust the structure too much. It's like, oh no, this section has to go for 6 bars.
Yeah, because
it's gonna have an orchestra on it.
Yeah.
So like it was pretty rigid, structurally, but like they were so good, and we did it all to tape we didn't use a metronome or anything. It was just like so perfect. Yeah. It was awesome. It's great.
Who played drums?
Michael.
Nice. He's so fucking good at drums.
Yeah, he's amazing.
It's insane.
Yeah, He's
His
a
brother
legend.
too. They're both good too.
They're both
but
good.
they don't switch anymore.
They don't switch. They don't.
No.
Neither one of them plays drums.
Yeah, they just
anymore.
both play guitar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the drummer they got too is insane.
Yeah.
I watched him on KXP. I was like, who's that kid? He's fucking good too.
Yeah. Andreas.
Yeah.
Andreas.
Damn.
Yeah. He's really good. Yeah. I mean, Michael they had people send him audition tapes.
Mm-hmm. I saw their tweet about that.
And Michael watched all of them.
Wow.
And was, he had really high expectations for what he wanted out of a drummer. Like, he wanted someone with their own style, like not someone that was trying to play like him. He wanted someone with their own thing, like bring something new to the thing. Yeah, they got Andreas. Awesome. Andreas is really good.
That's awesome. That makes sense, man, because I started on drums first, and I don't like people when they play like me.
Yeah.
Like, I could just do that. I'm not gonna fucking.
I know.
I want someone who's gonna do something different.
Yeah, you got to get like someone better than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideally, someone a lot better than me. Like, I don't play very often anymore, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not you personally, you, the collective you. Me and you and, everyone we know.
Exactly. Dang, man. Okay, so then, Hang was so big. Like, sounding. Yeah. So big. It was huge.
Total failure of a
no, really? Is that what?
Commercial. No, it was fine.
Yeah. I always wonder about that, like, because how the public perceives that record and how you perceive that record. What do you think about when you think about that record?
Well, I think of all the Foxygen records, and I think Sam would agree with me, is, it's sort of, in terms of, like, our satisfaction.
Yeah.
It, like, well, we love all the records, actually.
Totally,
they're all, like, perfect.
Yeah.
But the sales, just numbers have gone down.
That's for them to worry about.
But I think 21st Century hit at such a specific point in time.
Yeah.
It was right when people were getting interested in, like, turntables again.
Yeah, totally.
It was just like that's when vinyl had a resurgence, like that year. And so that record sold a lot of records because people wanted to buy this old 60s sounding record and play it on their Urban Outfitters Crosley thing,
Yes,
it was like
it
worked, and it had the triangle, and it was just like, it was a perfect, like, little blast into the world at that specific time, and it was very, and I remember Sam talking about that too, and just being like, it's going to be so perfect, it's going to hit right at this time, and it's going to be great. He was like, he really had vision for that.
Finger on the pulse.
And he was like, and we'll put a red triangle upside down on the cover. It'll be great. People will, like, draw these Illuminati things. It's going to be awesome. Like, there's going to be an eye at the bottom. It's going to be great, And I was just like, okay. Like, I don't ever think about the artwork, And he was totally right. And it hit at the right time. And then slowly, I don't think people are just buying records anymore.
No,
That was before Apple Music or Spotify.
Streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming changed everything.
Yeah.
And now streaming has almost all the power.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Spotify makes more bands than Pitchfork, I believe.
I have had so many just, like, aggravated phone calls with, like, A&R people and things where they're talking about algorithms, and I'm just like, what? I don't understand why you care about the algorithm. Like, why? But I get it.
Yeah.
But I just, like, I don't get it.
No one gets it. Everyone thinks they know.
It's just like, but you already have the connection. Like, what do you even care what it sounds like?
Exactly.
You already have the connection with. You already pay Spotify, the payola, so you could put the shit on the thing.
Exactly.
It's like, anyway, it's all rigged.
It fucking is rigged, man. Because I've never been on an editorial playlist, and like you talk to like PR people, and they always say the same thing, like, "Oh, we don't know how to do that." And it's like, of course you don't, because somebody else knows how to do. The label people probably know how to do that.
Or it's like they
How to
do,
get
but
on
they already
hip-hop
they already called in their favor.
It's already been done. Like, the PR person isn't gonna fucking do it, so I wouldn't even say waste your money on PR. Really,
It's miserable.
yeah.
The best shit to me is like Kevin Basco making 25 albums in a year in his room and with no label, no support, like just putting them out every 3 a month. Like, that's amazing to me. Like, that's so much more amazing than like a hot ass single.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, just for
True,
my
very
personal
true.
taste,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just
he's
like,
just dumping tracks.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome, man.
like, that's cool. Yeah. That's the thing that I think people should be paying attention to. It's like a spectacle. There's something interesting about it. It's not just like, oh, we made a single. We're going to give it to our PR person. They have the in with Spotify. We're going to get it on Indie Shuffle, and it's going to play in people's kitchens, you know? They're going to listen to it when they're doing dishes, and that's it.
And the worst part is that the artist doesn't even get the money.
Yeah.
Because you sold your rights away.
Yeah. Brutal.
I always talk about that on the podcast, like bands who complain about not getting their Spotify money. I was like, I get my Spotify money, but I also own all my shit.
Yeah.
So it's there.
You can't sign away your shit. Don't sign away your shit.
I feel like that's changing. Like, you know, at least the label I'm talking to right now has told me that they don't want my masters.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I think it's shifting to that.
Most indie labels, like, don't even bother asking anymore because it's such a no-no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I feel like a lot of indie labels are like we're just going to do this 50-50, like, straight up. Cool. We're not going to get your masters, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, they're still, like, the pop world or, like, the big labels, like, they want your shit.
They take everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they give you so much.
Yeah. They get you on the playlists.
They get you on those playlists, man.
Yeah.
But I feel good, man. Like, I look on my Spotify artist, like, app, and I see where the streams are coming from. It's, like, from people putting it on their personal playlists. And that means more. That means people are, like, making an effort.
That's awesome.
And I'll take that every time.
I've never been on the spot. I don't know how to get the Spotify for artists.
It's a separate app, and then you gotta, like, prove that you own the account.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like something I don't want to go through.
Everyone
did it. Everyone posted their things like, "Oh, we got 2 million listens this year," and I'm just like, I don't know how many I got. I don't know how to do this.
The thing with that is, like, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna post my numbers,"
and
then you see somebody else like, "Oh, you feel a little good, like, oh, I got more than that," and then somebody else, you know, will post like 2 million. You're like, fuck,
yeah. You just gotta rig it. So you could just, like, you know, Photoshop it. It's like, who cares? No, that's
it means nothing. Yeah. It means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But for me, it does mean a little something.
A little bit.
To look at last year's and see the numbers grow, and I'm like, okay, something is happening here.
Yeah.
There was growth. I feel good.
That's awesome.
And
that's because you went on tour.
That helps a lot, man.
You promoted yourself. This podcast is probably helping.
The pod. I hope so.
I like this podcast.
I like it too. I listened to Seeing Other People this morning. Oh. When I went to go buy this at Sammy's Camera.
Nice.
I listened to that. And that record, like, to me, the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, it's cool. And then, like, I put it away. And then I picked it up again. And I was like, there's more. Wait, never mind. Like, it takes, like, a couple
It's layered,
listens.
yeah.
And you're like, damn, this is actually fucking great. Wait, Sam's, like, singing really fucking good on this.
Yeah.
Which is, like, you know, he always sounds great, but, like, really good.
Yeah, he's in, like, a mode. Yeah, that record was crazy. Was a weird one.
Yeah.
We did it with Sean Everett.
Oh, cool.
He engineered it, and he's obviously, like, totally brilliant. And, I don't know. It was a weird... We just did it in, like, a month. It was, like, the most, like, okay, now we're making an album that Foxygen has ever done. Like, it's always felt like this big event, but for, like, it was the first time that me and Sam pretty much just made a record. Like, Keltner played drums on it, but then it was just, like, me and Sam in a room. And it was awesome. We hadn't done that in a long time.
Who played drums on it?
Jim Keltner. Was
that the same name, Eric? Jim Keltner? Is he an older dude?
Yeah, he's like 70.
He played on the Nielsen record.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah, he played on the old Nielsen shit, too. Like,
yeah, and he played on that Lost and Found. We just talked about. Oh.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He was John Lennon's drummer. Like, he played on Imagine.
That's insane.
You know, like...
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
He's like a classic studio drummer.
Wow.
And it's because he's an amazing hang.
Yeah.
He can just hang.
That's awesome. Did he use an electric bass drum?
He didn't use an electric bass drum, but he brought in his kit. Like, he wanted to play his kit.
Yeah.
And it was like this orange... No, I'm sorry. It was like green. It was like a green DW kit. It had 2 kick drums. And it had like a ton of toms, 2 snares. It was like really strangely like
That's what he was saying. He has 2 snares, 2 hi-hats.
Yeah.
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 But he says he used an electric bass drum for the Nielsen stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, the latest Nielsen. So, and then he can pick which tone he wanted.
Oh.
Yeah.
That may be his new thing.
Yeah.
He's really on, like, he's like a playful person,
awesome.
and he's like, he likes toys like that. Like he played trash on seeing other people. He's like, I got this. Try doing this thing. Like we could just get. I got him a bunch of trash from behind the studio, and he was just mic'd it up and played. But we like recorded his drum kit in like a very strange way, and it's really cool. Like it doesn't sound like that at all. But yeah, he is amazing.
Damn. Second reference of the day.
Yeah, that's wild.
Insane. Yeah, man, that's that record. Like, definitely took an extra spin. Like, no, you really dig into it. You're like, damn.
Yeah, the first half's fairly immediate, and the second half is really good, and you just have to dig into it a little bit. Yeah. The second half's a little bit more trying. Just, it's like it's just loose. The second half's really loose, but the first half is like all pretty solid, like 80s songs.
That's awesome. Yeah. What were you listening to around that time? I was trying to pinpoint like where your guys' headspace was.
I kept talking about like, I think we both got on to like John Mellencamp, Kanye. Like, what if Kanye did a John Mellencamp album or something? Yeah. Like, we wanted it to have a lot of low end and be really like hi-fi. It's also like the first Foxygen album that's like recorded really, really well, like in a hi-fi sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just wanted it to be really, really full sonically. Yeah. And I don't even know. Like, the references, like, God, I don't even remember. I think it was just like there's a lot of sampling and stuff, like a lot of like just messing. I think it wasn't discussed a lot, but I think Kanye was probably a big influence.
The Calabasas sound.
Yeah. That
The Hidden Hills vibe.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I think that's like those last couple records were sounded so good. Yeah. I think like they kind of felt like it needed to be that after, Star Power, which I thought was great. Yeah. And like a lot of people thought was great, but obviously it was really loose. Yeah. Like, you guys had to come back and be really like tight.
Yeah. Did
you feel pressure that you needed to come back and do something really fucking tight and sound good?
I think we discussed the fact that we wanted to make a record that would have like pop appeal in some way, but then also at the same time we were deciding to like not tour it.
Yeah.
Like not tour this record and not really and dissolve sort of the live aspect of Foxygen, because it was the thing that was so hard for us. Like we were making this album, we were making this thing on other people, we were talking about a tour, we had managers that were like ready to pull the trigger on a tour, and we were like, I don't think that we want to do this. Like, we shouldn't do, like, this is just not going to be good for us mentally to do this.
I agree.
And so we said we're not going to tour it. And so I think that's like, obviously you can make the poppiest album you want, and if you don't tour, it's like nothing. Your label's just going to be like, all right, here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was discussion about making it, like a pop album in a way that a Foxygen album hasn't been. But it's still trying in its own way, because I think that me and Sam really have like, unless we have a producer like Swift sort of maybe like stopping us a little bit. And I think that it's like we made the one, we made the one that's like truly like, like it's well crafted and shaped, and it like works. And then the rest are like more true versions of Foxygen, like different. And we never want to do the same album ever.
Totally.
So like we're it's gonna maybe it'll get. Never mind.
So we'll just leave it at that.
There's something, and it's new, and it doesn't sound like anything,
Okay, good.
But yeah.
And if you're just doing it out of love, who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. Well, I think that it sort of us not making as much money on tour as we wanted to. That we were never really able to like support ourselves fully from the band, and that was hard. And I think just being like, well, this isn't getting like necessarily better. Like, so maybe we just need to do this because we want to do the fun part of this and just have that be the fun part of it. I think that's much better for the band.
Yeah. And for your mental health.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a tour. I don't know. It's just not
if it
right
happens,
now.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Sam's got like, a lot of
He's
stuff
going
on
on
his
tour.
plate. So
Yeah. He's going on tour. He told me. I was like, good luck, man. It's hard.
yeah, he knows.
He knows. Yeah, he knows, man. He's been doing this a while. With some of the writing, like how much is it like you and you and Sam sitting in the room like working on these chords together? Are you thinking of these melodies and he comes in with his lyrics? Like what's the process?
It's always a little different. On Seeing Other People, a lot of it was like Sam coming in with like chords and a melody,
Cool.
Like pretty much having a song that's like 80% there.
Yeah.
And then we just demo it together, and through the demoing process, like it becomes a little bit more mine or something. Like there's a little bit more of my influence or something in there. But like a lot of Seeing Other People is like Sam songs, and then a few of them or a few moments were like I'd bring to the table.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times on all of our records, like there's songs where it's like, oh, this section is Sam's and this section is mine, and we just had two songs and they happen to work with each other. And that's what that like tempo change, like vibe change thing is really. It's just like a cut between
Time
vibes.
to go to Sam's part. And now
exactly.
We're here. Yeah.
And so that's how a lot of it's done.
Damn. I picture Hang being a lot of you.
Hang, yeah. I mean, Sam was definitely involved, but it was me, like, with chords, essentially coming to the Sam. Came
That, like theatrical like style.
Yeah, the super theatrical stuff was like me coming to the table with chords and like a melody, but Sam like improved upon those melodies a lot, and then he did that like on Lancashire and Upon a Hill, the Sweet, Trauma, like towards the second half of the album. That was like all him coming to the table. That's and awesome. Then me adding a little,
Yeah. I think people just get you guys all wrong, man.
Yeah, it's a weirdo band.
Yeah, for sure. I think people, I don't know. And this is what I kind of told Sam too, like the beauty about the podcast is that you create your own narrative and people get to see what you're really like.
Yeah.
Because people assume all this shit about you. They'll assume shit about Sam. Like, people are like, oh, so you recorded Jonathan Rado. What do you make you guys do? Do like a bunch of acid and shit?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like,
no, actually. Like,
no.
Watch
Just
Seinfeld.
Recorded it. Yeah.
Recorded the
Set
record.
up some mics.
Yeah. And this way people know that you're not you guys aren't fucking weirdos. You
Listen
guys
to the radio.
are, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, we're weirdos.
Yeah.
But it's not like, it's like, it's just a recording project. What you need to understand about Foxygen is it's not a band.
Yeah.
It's a recording project. And like, we're good songwriters.
Yeah.
We're good at writing songs, but we're not interested in any of the other things that come along with being in a band or like playing by the rules. Playing by the rules. We're rule breakers. What you need to understand is that we're rule breakers. Well, that's lame.
You guys are rule breakers, man. You guys
I
are
know.
trendsetters, rule breakers.
I know. I feel good about the Foxygen legacy.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. It's definitely like a cult. It's a cult band.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Ween fan, but I do see a similarity.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
just like two guys that just sort of do their shit and they don't really like tour or do interviews or like it's just sort of like its own thing that people can get really, really into. Like the people that are into Foxygen are really, really into Foxygen are there for the long haul, but like there's a taper off at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah, like your average like Pitchfork listener who just like loved We Are the 21st.
Yeah.
And is wondering why can't they just make music like that again?
Yeah.
It's like then maybe you were never really
fan, Also, you know, I always say, like, we really can't take 100% credit for that record. Like, so much of the sound of it is Swift.
Yeah.
Like we had a really good idea of all the songs, so we went in and demoed, but he, like, instilled that sound onto that record. Like, we didn't engineer anything.
Would you release those demos? Do you have demos from those songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool.
That'd be kind of fun to hear.
They're cool.
You know, Mac releases his fucking demos.
Yeah.
And they sound the same.
Oh, well, there's like Foxygen back catalogs that are just like mass. Like, even before that, even before Take This Off Broadway, there's like 7 albums.
Yeah, that's true.
Of stuff we did in high school, and then, like, all the demos and stuff.
Some of that stuff has surfaced on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's if you want to find it, it's there. There's, like, Star Power demos that are, like, it's a 3-disc set. We were going to put it out at one point, and it came out to be a 3-disc set.
Holy shit.
Just like other shit, you know?
I'd like to hear a demo of Could Have Been My Love.
There's a voice memo. That one was first take. But there's, like, stuff, like songs that just got thrown away.
That one is so good. That one really stuck out as, like, that's, like, a really nice pop song right there.
It's good yacht rock.
Yeah. Definitely hit that, like, Rundgren, like.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Scratch that itch.
Yeah. That was before everyone was doing it.
Yeah, Rundgren's, like, a fucking thing now.
Yeah.
It's like he played with the Lemon Twigs at Coachella, like.
I love Todd Rundgren. I listened to so much Todd Rundgren that I can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah. Who's your obsession now? Last time when we worked on Call Me on the Phone together, you were really into prog rock.
Oh, really?
You showed me some prog rock.
Whoa. It's so weird.
Like, I've been really into this lately. It's like boom, ba-da-da, boom, ba-ba. And then when I heard Hang, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you could kind of hear
that was right around that time period. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. What am I listening to now? I'm listening to, like, a lot of New Order.
Oh, cool.
And it's like they're such a good band.
Yeah.
And I think U2. I'm really into U2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of like these. I never liked U2. Yeah. Like, really melodic bass parts and just, like, powerful singers. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I never liked U2 growing up, but recently it just clicked with me, and I was just, like, so good. And
Have
Peter
you seen
Gabriel.
the line? Oh, I was just listening to Peter Gabriel the other day.
Like Peter So by Peter Gabriel. Like, what a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, the mix on that record is so good. It's like inhuman.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it. And nobody is credited with mixing that album.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried to find it. And it's just like, I think it was just like the producers of the album mixed it while, like, at the end. But nobody's officially credited with mixing it, which is crazy.
Yeah, I was, I don't know where I was, but I was just like, I think my girlfriend was doing homework, and I don't know how I got stumbled, but I just started listening to Peter Gabriel. I was like, dude, this shit is tight.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
In your eyes. Yeah, that's cool.
So
that Kate Bush song is a song of Kate Bush.
That song they mixed in, Don't Give Up. Just a song about, like,
not giving up.
Like a man's ego in the Great Depression, like real huge, like, concepts that everyone can relate to. Like
the comment section for that video is heavy.
Yeah.
I'm suffering from cancer right now. This song gives me hope every day, and then it's like, oh my god, it's just start scrolling. I don't want to read this. This is too much. The song's already, like, emotional as hell. Yeah, I love that.
That song's crazy. And then In Your Eyes, so they mixed that song like 84 times or something. Like, that's like another. I've been thinking about that a lot because of the situation, but, like, that's another, like, thing where it's just like, they mixed that song for 6 months.
Totally. It took 6 months. Yeah, you hear those stories, you're like, what the fuck?
But they did true. Billie Jean. They mixed Billie Jean, like, hundreds of times, and then they ended up using take 2. Mix 2.
Dude. Yeah, I think I'm, like, on, like, mix, like, 6 right now, and I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Can we just finish this fucking
thing? Wait until
thing?
you hit 70.
Yeah. You haven't even made it to 35 yet. Wait till you hit 35.
Wait till you hit 35.
Get a good stride going.
35's a real special. That's like where you start losing your mind completely.
Yeah, there is something to that, like when you're in the mixing process or if you're even in the studio where you just start losing it. Like, it all sounds the same, or it's like, this sounds like shit.
It's so easy to lose perspective.
Yeah.
Like, and that's really what I think good production is. It's just not losing perspective.
Someone keeping the ball rolling, so you're not just like spinning in circles. Like
it's because everyone's gonna lose perspective. It just like happens, but there needs to be someone that doesn't lose perspective, and that's it.
That's insane, man. Yeah, like the first record we did together, like I think we were just so new. We were just like, I don't know, let's just listen to whatever Rado says. But then when we did Call Me, I knew what I want. I was like, I know what we want. I know what we can do. And that, fuck, we had so much leftover time. We're like, should we try and just do another song?
Yeah, we did that other song.
Yeah. And which, that one's sitting on my computer somewhere. Like, I didn't put that one out. But like, yeah,
it's
just getting comfortable in the studio, getting, I assume people who listen to this like want these kind of tips, because I would.
Yeah, I mean,
and we got them.
We got tips for days. I mean, what's tips? Like, don't lose perspective no matter what at all costs.
Well, that's a really easy one, because you can just get lost in the studio and be like, I don't know where this song is going. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a good thing to think about is that any song that you hear ever, that you listen to, like, someone has toiled over that. Like, someone has lost their mind over that.
That's true.
And they've lost perspective, and they've changed it from the initial version that it was supposed to be. Do you think don't care?
Do you think that happened to Simple Plan?
I think that
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. You think that happened for them?
Yeah. Them just sitting around working on Just a Kid for like 3 months. Just like the chorus needs a lift. I think we got to put acoustics on the chorus.
Not even strum just like the little like.
Yeah, the guitar player of the band is like sitting in the corner like with a little acoustic, and he's like, guys, if you just listen to me, I feel like no one's listening to me. If I could just put this on.
And he's just sitting there. I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
And life is a nightmare.
Life is a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true. Well,
that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Basically, bottle rockets in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is a nightmare.
Dude, well, thanks for coming on the podcast right now.
I'm glad to be here. Anytime you want me to come back.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a good rapport.
I think I want it to be like that. I want to do like multiple. It's like, like Marin usually does someone once.
Yeah, and then you have them back.
But like, I want people to come like whenever.
Yeah, there's some good. What's like a good like return podcast? Marin will do like, we've got. I think he's done a few with Louis.
Yeah. I know.
But he'd have people back.
Usually, yeah, but I think he's known Louis for so long.
Yeah. I'll be your Louis.
Please don't. We love you too much, Rado, to do that. No, but yeah, for sure. Sounds good, man. Cool. Hey, okay, so if people want to support Jonathan Rado, how do they do that?
I don't know. Just buy the records that I work on.
Okay.
You can follow me on social media. I don't do well at like the self-promotion. Yeah. I don't really have a venue where I'm directly making a lot of money off anything. So don't worry about it.
Well, I'm good. Listen to the records that he works on, and just Well, cool. Hell yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, man.